Hey there, welcome to a unicorn art lesson. We are going to be drawing a unicorn today. I draw, you draw, and then we're going to be using some of my favorite art supplies to fill it in with color. So you are going to need a thick piece of paper such as watercolor paper or maybe some cardstock or construction paper. You're also going to need a pencil in case there's any oopsies. You can go back and erase those. You may or may not want a permanent marker. And I have some oil pastels or crayons would work. And I have some watercolor pencils. These are pretty cool. So these are all the supplies that we're going to need to be able to do our activity today. Now, of course, you can switch it up a little bit and use whatever it is that you want to use. Crayons, markers, color pencils, you could use tempera paints or acrylic paints. So this is just how I'm doing my activity, but you're doing your own activity with me, so you can tweak it and change it, right? I am going to be using a Sharpie so that you can see the lines that I'm drawing on here, but again, you really want to use a pencil. Parents, as you're doing this activity with your kids, remind them to think of everything as lines and shapes that then come together at the end as a final result. So our final result today is a unicorn. Also remind them that they are their own special artists. So their unicorn is not going to look like my unicorn. And I suppose boys, hey, you can join this lesson. Boys can like unicorns too, or don't put a horn on it and then you have a horse, right? We are going to start with a very simple, our unicorn head is going to be kind of facing this way, right? And we want to make sure that we have enough room for a horn. So I'm going to start about here, and I am going to make a sideways U, just like that. Pretty big because I want to fill the whole paper up. And if I go off the paper a little bit, that's okay. I like when art goes off the paper. So next, I am going to draw a curve line, maybe a little further, just like that, so that I can draw an ear. So a curve line, and then if this line were to continue, it would go just like that. And then this line right here is going to come down. So that's the front of the neck. This is the back of the neck, right? Now, our unicorn is going to have another ear on the other side of the head. So we're going to draw that line right there. Then we are going to close that line. We're going to draw a curve line and a curve line and a curve line, and we could even draw one more. Next, we're going to give our unicorn a mane. So it's just kind of a zigzag, 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 zigzag all the way down. You might have more room than I did. And then for the horn, I am going to do curve, 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 curve. It kind of goes right off the paper, doesn't it? Okay. Next, if yours doesn't, then just keep extending it on up. Next, let's draw the eyes. And so the eyes are going to be angled just a little bit because the head is angled. So it's a curved line like a smile. Curved line like a smile. And then we could leave the eyes closed and just draw some lashes down here. Or you can open those eyes up by drawing a curved line. Curve line, big circle, and then parents, I know that kiddos, they all have their own special way of making eyes. So that's how I'm going to make mine, the pupil and then the little shine. And then of course, I'm gonna give my unicorn some lashes, right? Why not? Okay. Next, we are going to curve right there, and we're going to make a little grin right here. You could even put some lips on that unicorn, right? There we go. And then we need some little nostrils so our unicorn can breathe. And then I think I'm going to bring my mane on down like that. Okay. There. So there's our silly, fun little happy unicorn. Maybe put a little cheeky right there. Okay. So now, ooh, you could even put a necklace on your unicorn if you wanted to, right? Or horse. If it's a horse, maybe it's got a chain going on, right? So, put a little necklace on it. There, that's sweet. Okay, so these oil pastels that I'm about to use are by Crayola oil pastels. You can get them in different size boxes, super cost efficient, and I love them because they're nice and thick. And the color just glides right off of that pastel. So let's think about our sweetie pie here and think, what colors do we want? So I might want some pink and maybe put a little pink in this section. And so I'm not completely filling it in. Then I might do some orange. Just like that. Now this is your unicorn, so of course you can do whatever colors you want. You might even want to think about doing a pattern, right? You could do an A-B pattern, so it could go pink, orange, pink, orange, pink, orange, or whatever colors you choose. You could do ABC pattern, or you could make it totally random. I'm going in rainbow order. Now, this line right here, guys, you know what? You should probably erase that line if you haven't already, because the hair is covering up the back of the neck, so you can't see that anymore, right? So we would want to erase that line and get rid of it. Next, we would have some green. So I'll put some green in here. Okay, and then some, I think I'm going to do a turquoisey color instead of blue. Turquoise, and then a purple, right? And here's a pretty purple. And I think I'm going to do the inside of her ears purple too, since I don't have much purple on her. Now, for the horn, you could have so much fun with this. You could even like just paint it all yellow and then put glue on top and sprinkle some gold glitter, or paint it gray and sprinkle some silver glitter. I love glitter, but it's up to you. It's up to you. I'm going to do little rosy cheeks, and I'm going to go ahead and color those in because they're not very big, which would make it a little bit harder to paint. Do some red outline and then fill in with pink. There, I like that. Yes, okay. Maybe turquoise eyes would be pretty. Oh, that's blue. So we could outline real hard like that. Outline real hard. Use those muscles. Now again, you could be doing this with whatever. Crayons, markers, color pencils, whatever floats your boat, right? And then I'm using white and kind of pulling the color. Let me show you. Pulling the color from the edge so it gives it a cool effect, right? Okay. And then pull that color from the edge, just like that. There, okay. Maybe I'll do a soft kind of gray in here. Now, I don't have a gray pastel, so I could do crayon, which would probably be a safer bet. Or I could, just as soft as I can, I'm trying to use the edge of the oil pastel, follow the curve the mouth makes. Super duper 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 soft. Just like that, and then I can go on top with the white. Now if your white pastel gets kind of yucky like that, what you can do is use a napkin or a paper towel and just sort of rub that pastel off on, and then look, oh, maybe. There's the focus. It gets it all nice and clean. So cool. Okay, so now, and all I did was just wipe it on a clean paper towel. And then I'll color this in. And I'm trying to make kind of like big ovals, because that way, if I make these big ovals, it will get rid of that line, you know, that back and forth line that I had earlier. Make it not so obvious. There we go. Lovely, darling. Lovely. There. Okay. Now, let's take, oh, her horn. I think I might do rainbow horn again. So I am going to do a little outlining with the pink. And then what was next? Orange and yellow and green. Oh man, I was just one section short. And then remember, I was using the turquoise, being able to fit the purple, but that's okay. We got purple in her ears. And then you know what? We could do a purple heart right there. And then, so I'm just outlining. Now, of course, you can color in, but I'm only outlining so that way I can go back and paint with the watercolors. Okay. Whew, kind of got out of the lines on that one a little bit, but that's okay. So now I think I'm ready for my pencils. So these, my friends, are watercolor pencils, and Crayola makes those as well. Pretty cool. I love, 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 love these. I've been using them for about a year, and I'll just tell you what, my mind was blown the first time I used them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in side all the pink spots, and you can push hard or you can push soft. It depends on how bold you want your paint to look when we get this wet. And that was it on pink, right? And then let's see, orange. Get that all colored in. Just like that. And yellow. Oh, I forgot the orange on the horn. Silly me. Okay, so we'll go back and put some orange on the horn. Now you have to be careful not to drag your hand through your pastel marks because it will make smudgies on your paper. And if smudgies happen, you can just take an eraser and just erase on top of those little smudgies and it should pretty much clean it up and take care of it. This is a green, green, green. And then I don't have a turquoise watercolor pencil, but I do have a blue. So we'll just use blue. Blue, little bit of blue. Not much blue, is there? I think, just because I love blue, I am going to put some of this in the background. I am using the side of the tip right over here instead of the point. So I'm using the side of the tip to color with. So you hold your pencil kind of like this and you can cover a bigger amount of space if you do it like that. Okay. Whoop. Come on now. There we go. There, lovely. And again, the harder you push, the more paint that will be left behind when we get this wet. Okay. And then we needed purple, right? And you have to double check these because the purple and the dark blue look very similar. Okay, so we did purple inside the ears. Just like that. And then there's a teeny bit of purple here and some purple in the heart. Remember, slow and steady wins the race, like tortoise in the hare. And then I'm going to put some purple, little bit of purple in the background. And where the purple and the blue kind of meet or overlap should make a pretty indigo color. Let's get up in here. There we go. Gets tricky to color down here. My table gets in the way. There we go. And then I'm going to use some of the green up here. And I'm hoping this will make kind of a turquoise where the blue and the green meet, right? Plus now I have all these pretty cool colors. So cool colors are blues, greens, and purples. And they belong to a color family together. And warm colors belong to a different color family together. Okay, I'm going to lift this up just a little. Sorry, I'm moving this around on you. I got to get down here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, gracious. Okay. Stick that back down there. Came untaped on us, but that's okay. All right, so now we're ready for the fun part. I'm just gonna leave my unicorn white. Okay, so remember, if you had any smudgies that you wanted to get rid of, get a clean eraser or a big eraser and maybe check it on the back. Make sure it's not gonna smudge. Check on the back of your paper, but then you can go over any of these little oopsies with the eraser and clean it right up. So now I have just a good old cup of water and some brushes. I think I forgot that in my supply list at the beginning. Now I don't want to tap my brush because the water will go everywhere. So instead I wipe on the inside of the cup. I'm going to start with my lightest color first, which is yellow, and I am going to paint right over that pencil. And you probably cannot even tell what I'm doing because it's such a small space. Next though, I'm going to color or paint over the orange and the orange. So basically what's happening on my paper is that, let's do pink, is that the watercolor pencils are turning to liquid and they look like paint now. And then let's do some green, little bit of green, little bit of green, and clean my brush. I clean my brush between every color because I don't want to smear my colors together. And then I'm going to get on the purple. And there wasn't hardly any blue on my brush, so that's why I didn't clean it that time. Just went straight into purple. Okay, now clean my brush. And I'm going to start with the blue area first. And I'm hoping now you can kind of see what's happening to the watercolors. So I'm going to zoom this in for you. Okay, so see how it looks, whoop, wrong way. See how it looks real shiny over here, and it looks more like paint, whereas on this side over here, it looks still like the pencils, okay? So you're gonna see it in just a minute, the difference. Okay, so keep going over all my blue, 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 blue. And I'm trying to keep my brush strokes kind of going the same direction that I colored. Some blue. Here's some blue. And remember, the harder you push your pencils down when you're coloring with them, the more vibrant your colors will be. They'll be way darker. Okay. Now I could get into my green. And I'm going to make my green go into my blue areas a little bit. Now be careful by the horn. And hopefully the green and the blue, yeah, they're kind of making a turquoise. Get a little bit more water. When you run out of water, it won't blend anymore. Now make sure and keep your paper flat. My paper being up and down is making some of the colors run a little bit. So you want to keep your paper flat so that your colors don't run into areas they're not supposed to, or that you don't want them to. Be careful by the unicorn. You don't have to go fast. I know it looks like I'm going fast, but I have a lot of practice. And then now we're going to move on to purple, and I forgot to paint her little heart on here. So we'll get her little heart painted in, and then work on this purple. And where the blue and purple mix, we'll make a little bit of an indigo color, like a real dark purple, which is a pretty color. There we go. And I am getting all of these colors covered up. There we go. Yay! So pretty. Do any little touch-ups that you need to. Okay, so now look how pretty she is. All right, we have one finished unicorn ready to make somebody's day or hang up in your home. She needs a name though. What could you name her? And what's her story? Where does she live? What does she do? Does she have any special powers? So you could totally get creative with this concept, and you could write a story. She could be the main character in your book, or you could have her as a picture and then make a video like what I am, telling your story. So instead of writing it, you could tell your story and then share it with people that you care about. Make them feel special, make their day, give them something to escape to. I really enjoy creating this lovely unicorn with you guys, and I cannot wait to do some more art with you.